Hi, everybody. I'm William Watkins,
And my name is Nathaniel Lurch.
and this is our Jesus Project. For our project, we decided to watch The Young Messiah, and this film follows Jesus from the age of 7 and his family's journey from Egypt to Nazareth. His family fled to Egypt when King Herod was massacring the children. But once they learn of King Herod's death, Jesus' father decides that it's safe enough for them to return back to Nazareth. However, Herod's son is also set on destroying the Messiah. This leads him to hire Roman soldiers to try and assassinate Jesus before he gains too much fame.
The film was created in 2016 and it was centered around the life of Jesus Christ as a 7-year-old child. It was directed by Cyrus Nowrasteh and is based on the novel Christ the Lord Out of Egypt by Anne Rice. One of the sources heavily utilized was the Bible, and specifically the Gospels of Matthew and Luke. Very little of Jesus' childhood is actually mentioned in the Bible, but the filmmakers used what was mentioned in the creation of the film. Some of these are that Joseph and Mary fled to Egypt to escape Herod when he was massacring the children, and then they returned to Bethlehem later and settled in Nazareth. They also go to Jerusalem for the Passover, and in the Bible, Jesus was left in Jerusalem on accident, but in the film, he actually went to the temple in Jerusalem on his own while his family was staying in a cave nearby and decided to start asking questions because he was trying to understand who he was. And so the bottom line is that much of the movie was a fictional portrayal of Jesus, but the filmmakers used as much of the Gospels as possible. Also, they may have considered the Gospel of Thomas. While the film is almost nothing like the Gospel of Thomas, there are a few similarities in that Jesus has immense knowledge. He plays with friends and he resurrects people. But in the film, Jesus doesn't kill everyone he disagrees with. So we think that this source was maybe used, if at all. But it's still important to compare since it's one of the earliest accounts of Jesus' supposed life as a child. Additionally, the message of the film, we think to be that no matter what the devil may do to kind of uproot our lives, God is in control. And he will guide us in whatever situation we face, even whenever it seems like everything is coming against us. In the movie, we saw this whenever Jesus' family was traveling and they stay with an old woman in a village. And she distracts the Romans who are trying to arrest them with wine, and they actually leave without taking anyone hostage. So that was one example of God acting in that situation. We also found that the filmmakers definitely wanted us to see that Jesus was indeed born a man, but as he began to understand who he was, he transcended to his divinity.
Jesus portrayed an image in the right, and Satan, who is standing behind him, it's a picture from the film, um, has these abilities, and he can work miracles. And this is important throughout the film because when he works miracles, people react to him in one of two ways. They either rejoice and claim that he is the Messiah and that he is here to save them, or as Satan would have it, they claim that he is possessed and that he is the devil. And Satan follows Jesus throughout this journey and tries to trip him up and do things like that. The movie focuses a lot on the relationship between Jesus and his parents. Um, in this film, Jesus doesn't know that he's the Son of God, but he knows he has these abilities and can work miracles. And so he asks his parents a lot of the time, you know, why is he able to do that, and how does he have this ability? But his parents, understandably, think that he's too young to know that he is the Son of God and want to kind of protect him from that information. And so they tell him that he's not old enough, and so this leads for him to kind of ponder and look it out on his own. In conclusion, throughout the film, we have these opportunities to see the struggles and fears of Jesus and his immediate family, trying their best to raise the Son of God.
We also found it interesting how the filmmakers portrayed Jesus, and how they were able to make assumptions based on what the Bible gives us and doesn't give us in order to create the image that we saw in this film. It was also um, it was also clear that the filmmakers knew how to portray Herod's oppression, and they showed an exact replica of what the Jews were having to do, and it portrays Jesus in a very desirable light.